Hello, I'm Jean Shelby. I'm a women's fiction author, and today we are talking about the release of my new book, Welcome to Garden Valley, and some of the errors that I made with this. And I'm going to go in order with the biggest ones at the end, so stay tuned because it's a pretty big one. I'm doing this video because I want you to feel somewhat like you're not alone in this publishing game. And while there's a lot to writing a book, there is so much to uploading it. If you're just doing an ebook and you're putting it like on Amazon or something, that's not all that difficult, especially if you're using their ISBN, which you can totally do, but you still need a cover. You can make your own cover, or they do have a little cover design feature, but that would be the bare minimum, and that would be pretty simple. But once you get into putting it on different formats, so you need a new ISBN for every format, and then putting it on different platforms. So you might put your ebook on Amazon and your paperback on Amazon. And then you might put your book on Barnes & Noble Press on the ebook and paperback. And then you might put it on Draft to Digital for ebook. And now they have print book and an audio selection that I haven't checked out yet because I don't have my books on audio. You can put it on Ingram Spark. You can decide if you're gonna go separate to Kobo or Apple Books, or you can click the button on Draft to Digital. You can put it on Google Play. There's just so many places to put your book, and different formats are needed sometimes. So I feel like in this journey of self-publishing, I've made all the mistakes. Like literally, I feel like I've made so many mistakes, and I'm not gonna get into some of them. Some of them I've messed the ISBN up on just so many times. Like I've gotten a free one, and then I bought one, and then I got another free one, and I just didn't know what I was doing with ISBNs. Even this time, I learned something with ISBN. So mistake number one, I got a new ISBN for ebook, for my ebook version of this book, and I didn't need to do that. And I didn't realize that until I put the book on Draft to Digital, and then something was iffy, so I emailed them and she said, oh, you don't need a new ISBN for ebook. And then I looked back at my notes, and sure enough, that's what it said. But if you're like me, I don't remember everything that I've seen or read or heard. Mistake number two, and it's a light one. This is not that big of a deal, and it has to do with formatting. Now, I format my own book, and I think it turned out really well. I don't know if you can see this, but on what I would like to have is on the top here, it says Welcome to Garden Valley on both of these, and I would like by Jean Shelby on one side of the page, and I cannot figure out how to do that in Word. I think you break some kind of header and then you do it. I could do it on one of my books, but I can't figure it out. I would like to have my books on Ingram Spark, and while I don't really consider this an error, it's still something that I'm working through. When I use the same ISBN at Amazon and at Barnes & Noble, then once I get to Ingram Spark, they say this ISBN is already in use. And I think I can email them and it will fix it, but I have found just when I try and upload, they want a different size of my cover, and they want it, the formatting isn't quite right, and it was fine at all the other places. And I don't know if I want to go through that with Ingram Spark, or if I just want to skip it altogether. And if I do go to libraries, then they can go through Overdrive, which is on Draft to Digital. So I'm still kind of in the air with that one. Mistake number four is that I wanted to link my next book, Coping with Yarn, that's coming out in November, in my ebook version, and I wanted a pre-order, and I do have it out for pre-order, but I don't have the cover done yet. I'm still working on the cover. It's taking a little longer than I thought. The company that I use, they had some storms like tornadoes, and they had to evacuate, and then A lot of people got sick, and then they had some holidays that they were taking for extended times during the summer. So it just didn't get done. I used my old cover for Coping with Yarn for the pre-order, so it's not that big of a deal, but another nice to have. Mistake number 5, I think I'm up to 5, is that I put the wrong links on my draft to digital version. And normally, so when you put a book on draft to digital, let's say your ebook, you cannot use competitor links. I cannot link to an Amazon book or a pre-order, and I accidentally did that because I had then used the book to upload to Amazon instead of thinking, I was like, I don't need separate files for these. The ISBNs are the same. No, that was wrong. I do need separate ones. And I updated my whole game board strategy with my list of procedures, but that was an error. And I'm glad Draft to Digital caught that. They let me know, but this did delay my release a couple of days because I went out of town and I didn't even log into my computer when I was gone. And I didn't notice that they had flagged it and didn't even publish it on my publishing date. The big error. This is the big error. I put a publication date on Amazon for 11, oh my gosh, that's for my next November release, but for August 16th. No, what was the date? I put the date for the publication date on Amazon, and I don't know, when I do the next one, I'm not sure if you have to put it on there or if you can leave it blank and hit publish, and then they'll just upload it when they're done scanning through to make sure it all is fine. But I was thinking, going through all the screens, that the last screen I didn't want to hit publish, because in the past you hit publish and then you're done. Like, it's locked, then they say up to 72 hours and we'll publish your book. And usually the next day they publish your book whether you wanted it to or not. So let's say you're done July 15th, but you don't want it to come out until August 15th. You don't hit publish on July 15th because it's not gonna wait until August 15th, even though you put the date. I don't know. I messed up. So I had to proof my book by August 12th and hit that button. And I was afraid to hit that button because I thought it would come out on the 13th or 14th. And I wanted it to come out, I think it was the 20th. And so I missed that date thinking, it kind of doesn't really matter. But then it changed my publication date. Well, if you do it today, now it'll come out 2 days after the date that I wanted it to. And I kind of freaked out. So then the next day, okay, this is the sequence of events. This is error number 7, and this is a big one, and it plays in with the publication date error on Amazon, that I put the wrong title in Bowker. And I put Welcome to Garden Valley / paperback. And it says on Bowker, you select digital or paperback. And I put paperback in the title. Well, when I put my title in Amazon, of course, I didn't put paperback in it, so it did not tie to Bowker. So once I hit that publish button, because I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be a couple of days late now, I didn't hit publish. And now, since I put the date in there, I needed to hit that publish button. I hope I'm making sense. But I hit publish and it said, oh, there's a problem. We can't publish it. And it didn't tell me what the problem was. And it also didn't tell me that there was a problem with the Bowker title through all the other screens, which is really unfortunate. Because I could have gotten it solved earlier. So I got on a chat with Amazon, which I've got to say, they are so amazing about chatting and getting to you within 5 or 10 minutes. And then they'll go back and forth and fix your problem or tell you what the problem was. And he said, check the title at Bowker and make sure it's the same. And it wasn't. But then, and I fixed it, but then it took Bowker 24 hours to refresh. And then it took Amazon a little bit of time to see that Bowker had been changed. So this delayed it another day, pushing my date. I wanted my book to come out on Friday, and it came out the next Tuesday. It was live the Tuesday after. That was a huge error, just huge on my part. But luckily, like, it's not like I have 1,000 people waiting for the book. All in all, even through all those errors, while it might seem like I'm floundering and I have no idea what I'm doing, it doesn't feel like that at all. I'm getting on these sites, I'm filling out everything that I need to. I have all of my files ready and all of the metadata that goes with it ready. And it's just these little tweaks that I need to make to my procedure. And this is kind of how I learn. Like with everything in life, I feel like we need to make a mistake in order to really understand it and to just like have it sink in. And believe me, these errors have sunk in. For a while, I did feel like I had done something wrong, like for a day or two. I know I was confident with my book. I was so proud of it, and it felt like, oh my gosh, I've made another mistake and I don't know what I'm doing. Why am I doing this? But I took a step back and I thought, this is what I want to do. I want to get my books out there. They're fun. The characters are just like you and me. And I know I'm going to find my audience. I know people are going to benefit from my books and like them. And that helped me push forward. And just, I'm going to continue to go. I'm going to continue to learn as I go. And this, like, nothing bad happened. And I think I've said this in a prior video, but nothing bad happened. And the next time I will just get a little bit better. My next steps are just filling out my procedures and working on my next books. Like I had said, I've taken my 5 books down and I'm rebranding them, I'm recovering them, and I'm already almost done with the next book. And I think I have changed my plan. If I can get through the next 4 books by the end of the year, I'm gonna get them out as fast as I can and just move on. Because like I said, the ISBN thing is a bit tricky and I can't wait to just move on from these 5. I'm so excited to get them out there and to go through them again, but then to kind of start fresh after that, I feel like will be great. So thanks for joining me. Let me know in the comments below if you've made any of these errors or share with us what you have made errors on so we can all kind of learn from each other. And ultimately, we're just gonna keep moving on, keep putting our chin up, and enjoy the process. Bye.